Unit 4, Lesson 15, Posing Percentage Problems. I can write and solve problems about real-world situations that involve percent increase and decrease. So our first question is from Lesson 8, and it says, in a video game, Claire scored 50% more points. So I remember doing this when we were in Lesson 8. 50% more points than Tyler. If C represents the number of points Claire scored and T represents the number of points Tyler scored, which equations are correct? Select all that apply. So 50% more points than Tyler. So that would be 100 of the points plus 50% more. So that would be 150% times Tyler would be Claire. Right? We also know that that could be represented as 1.5. We also know that we could say 1 plus 0.5. We know that every time we're multiplying it by Tyler. And that's going to equal Claire. All right, so let's look. So I know that A is good. B is just 5/10. It's not multiplying it by Tyler, so that's no good. So that's Tyler's points plus 50% of Tyler's points. So C is good. So Tyler's points plus 50, well, you got 50% more, so no to D. And then this one is 1 plus 0.5, so that would be 1.5 times Tyler. So E would be correct. All right, so the next one says, in a city in Ohio, the sales tax was 7.25%. Complete the table to show the sales tax and the total price, including the tax for each item. Okay, so the sales tax is 7.25%. So if I'm putting that in my calculator, I'm moving my decimal 2 places over. So I'm going to multiply that in my calculator. So I'm doing $8 times 0.0725, and I get 58 cents. So my total cost, I'm going to add, because it's a tax, $8.58. So 22 times 0.0725. I get 3 numbers behind the decimal, so I know I have to round up. So I get $1.60. Which tells me that it would be $23.60. So then $14.50. So $14.50 times 0.0725. I get an even crazier number. Remember, there's only 2 places behind the decimal in money. So I get $1.05 because the 1 tells the 5 to stay the same. So when I add it, I get $15.55. All right, for the next one, it says the sales tax in New Mexico, is 5.125%. Select all the equations that would represent the sales tax you would pay in New Mexico for an item that cost C. So they're only talking about the tax. They don't want the whole amount. So I know that if I have 5.125, I'm moving that decimal 2 places over. So I know that if I'm looking at my options, that's not going to work, and that's not going to work because we didn't move the decimal over far enough. This one's going to work. Then dividing by the tax, we don't divide by the tax. And then this one, that's an interesting one. So remember, percents are the amount out of 100. So E would be correct. So C and E are your correct answers. Okay, so now we're looking at some more things from sales tax in New Mexico. It says here are some prices of some items. And this is the sales tax. They want to know, what is the sales tax rate? So I know that I'm going to set up a table. I know I have my percentage and I know I have my money. I know that the cost of the item was $10. So $10 is 100%. I know that the tax was 46 cents. So I'm dividing going that way. So 0.46 divided by 10, and I get 0.046. So I'm going to multiply by that factor. So times by 100, and I get 4.6%. So if I want to test it to make sure that it works, I'm going to multiply by 0.046 in my calculator just to check it. So 50 times 0.046, and I should get $2.30, which I do. So then it says, write an expression for the amount of sales tax charged in dollars for an amount that costs C dollars. So let's put our C here. So we know that our constant of proportionality was 0.046. So it's going to be 0.046 times the cost is going to equal our sales tax. So our cool down is a bakery uses 25% more butter this month than last month. So it says if the bakery used 240 kilograms of butter last month, how much did it use this month? So 240 would be 100%, 25% more would be 125. So I need you to figure out what that's going to be. If you need help, set up an appointment on Calendly. You can talk to a study buddy. Mr. Morgan does a great help video. And I put at the tops what lessons these came from. So if you're trying to look back and figure out somebody else's perspective. And then Khan Academy, I've got links posted for them. All right, have a great rest of your day.